Welcome back. That was a press conference in which President Donald Trump was delivering a speech, and he was sending confidence to his supporters, and he also said that he won the state of Florida, which is, of course, we all know it's a decisive state, and he also won Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina, and other states. And now we continue and proceed with our interview on the U.S. presidential elections 2020 with Dr. Ibrahim Al-Ghazawi, Professor of International Relations. Dr. Ghazawi, we've just watched the press conference for President Donald Trump.
Yeah, as we expected before it was aired, that it will be full of enthusiasm and sending a confidence message to his supporters. But even he has gone much further than that, and he declared that he practically won the election. And he said that he will take the issue of extending votes after the time to the Supreme Court. And that means, you know, he is not intending to accept any votes that would be
the
cast.
Official results have not been yet announced.
Exactly. Still, most of the figures or the final outcomes of some decisive states that he announced is not yet declared officially in the states. So yes, he might have received calls and from his supporters there, but still not yet officially declared. So we will have to wait.
How do you read his press conference now being aired right now as a persistent president and sure of winning?
Well, that is another assurance on that the passage of election is going to take even more sizzling and hotter trajectories in the coming hours, because he's not accepting any other result except what he said. Hopefully it's not, you know, going to things to deteriorate, but many analysts, even in the United States itself, are very much afraid that the events could turn down into violence and confrontations, especially between Trump supporters. Was big portion of them are willing to, you know, cause troubles and problems, including carrying weapons. And well, some of the statistics that most recent about weapons sale in the States, telling that more than 20 million pieces of weapons were sold in the last couple of weeks. That means there is something taking place. You know, hopefully nothing.
We cannot predict.
But most of the states also have taken some strict measures concerning reinforcing security and different official buildings, etc., etc., which is, I have to say, a little bit new for the scenery of the United States election. That's why it is compared to the one that I told you about, 1860, that was followed by American Civil War. Hopefully this is not going to happen again. United States is a focal country in the world, and it's, I think, for the interest of the whole world that this election goes smoothly and without any troubles there.
Dr. Ghazawi, now we have the two, Donald Trump with his experience as already being the President of the United States, and in the previous years he boosted the economy in the States. At the same time, the way he dealt with the problem of the coronavirus. On the other hand, we have the candidate Joe Biden. He was the vice president of during the regime of President Barack Obama, and he had an experience in politics since the year 1970.
That's true. That's true, and that you just pinpointed one very important issue in terms of the normal American citizen. Where do they go when it comes to the choice and the selection of their leadership?
Yes.
It's economy, the magic word, and I think Donald Trump has two issues, especially in the last months of his current term. One concerning the American economy performance, and the latest reports telling that there was a real boost and increase in the economic in the growth of the economic the American economy in the last quarter of 2020.
Yes.
That means even the rate or the ratio is 33%, which is enormously high. And this growth rate did not happen even since, I would say, 1930s, and that means long time ago. And that's very great and a positive addition to Trump assets in terms of the competition with Biden. Other thing concerning he and his administration confrontation with the coronavirus issue.
Yes.
Because that was a point where he received so many critiques in the last weeks from Biden campaign, accusing him of not being up to the challenge of finding cures or vaccines or whatever. But with the overall performance there, would take things also positively towards his side. That's why I think the coming probably 2 or 3 hours will be very
crucial.
Crucial in terms of where it goes, the presidency.
So what are the expectations? Also, an hour ago, Joe Biden held a press conference, and he also sent his confidence to his supporters.
Well, that's normal from both of them. I mean, we cannot expect anything else from both of them. They still, the ball is still in the ground, and it's not decisive which direction it will go. Yes. So all they can do now, both of them, is just to make more inputs in terms of confidence and senses, sending messages of strength and power and confidence and optimism in terms of the results of the election. But we still have to wait. I mean, no one can tell until now who is going to be the president of the United States. But the words of President Trump that he said just minutes ago, revealing that he is not going to accept easily the outcome if it is not coming in for his favor.
Yes. So, Dr. Ghazawi, we'd like to shed light on the Electoral College, which makes the U.S. presidential elections different from other countries. Can we say that the citizen is not electing directly?
Not the only decisive factor in terms of winning or losing the election there, which is true. Well, the Electoral College, according to the American election system, is just very unique. It's just probably the only country in the world that follows this system is the United States. And it's quite different because normally we have this, like any other country, like Egypt and all other countries in the world, we have this direct voting or casting voting directly through the polling stations. No, that's not the case with the United States. There is the election college, this college means simply that each state has number of voters according to its population. That's why you see like big states like Texas, California, Florida has higher voters in the Electoral College. Texas has 36 voters. Florida has 29. Pennsylvania has 20. Small states like North and South Dakota has has 3 or 4 votes as much as I remember. It means that the states are not equal in terms of their weight when it comes to the electoral college.
Yes.
And that makes some states are very decisive in terms of telling who is going to be the occupier of the Oval House and of the Oval Office in the White House. We talk about Florida is very decisive, and it's already for Trump. We talk about Texas, it's more or less also for Trump. We talk about Pennsylvania still. That's why it is called with Arizona, with some other 4 or 5 states, calling swing states. Swing states are the states which are not easily to be decisive for which direction they go through this previous or the early polling events through which they can read where they are going to vote for. So swinging states means they are in between Democrats and between Republicans.
Yes.
And so most of the swinging states today seemingly going towards Trump. That's why I think the big difference that was 4 hours ago in electoral college voters between Biden, which was 222, and Trump was 172.
Yes.
And just before we start the interview, Trump was 212 and Biden was 224. It means that Trump is getting higher and higher over time in terms of the swinging states and other decisive states like Florida, which has added to him at once 29 voters at the very same time. That's why at the end I have to say clearly that who wins from both candidates, who is able to decide or to gain the 270 votes of the electoral college voters, he will be the president of the United States.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So, Dr. Ghazawi, can we say that the U.S. elections can, in a way or another, influence or have an impact on the political track in the Middle East?
Well, I don't think. Well, theoretically, it has. It has, of course, effect. But practically, and we have to even recall the previous, presidents of United States and the way they intervened in the process of Middle East relations, and especially when we talk about Palestinian cause with Israelis. So I don't think the difference will be so big between, the current administration and any other administration, whether the previous ones or the one that will come if suppose that Biden wins. I think always Israel has this unique status in the heart of the American policies when it comes to foreign policy of the White House. Whether Biden or Trump or whatever, and we remember that Trump was the president who ordered the movement of the Israeli capital from to Jerusalem from Tel Aviv against all Arab countries will and against also international law and international decisions. It means that he supported also Israel, and all of the presidents of the United States will be more or less taking the same course.
And now we have a break, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to watch a report on the U.S. presidential elections 2020. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still covering the U.S. presidential elections, and we proceed with our interview with Dr. Ibrahim Al-Ghazawi, the professor of international relations. Dr. Ghazawi, now if President Donald Trump wins the elections, do you think that he's going to proceed or complete with his policy concerning the Middle East, or he's going to change the policy?
Well, I don't think there will be much change, but let me continue what we started
Yes.
about the same question before the report. Yes, probably the Middle East will not be affected that much by the change of policies, but I have to tell you that Europe as a continent, all European countries are probably have different views, because the administration of Trump has taken the lead of everything, even against the wishes and the interests of European countries in many cases, and they already withdrawn. In the United States, Trump has withdrawn from the International Convention on Climate Change and other conventions. Also, he has withdrawn from the agreement with Iran concerning nuclear issues and nuclear activities of Iranian nuclear activities, etc., etc. That means he has withdrawn previous American commitments to be supportive in these issues. Now he is out. He is not in anymore.
Yes.
In terms of this international or universal unified efforts, either to control the change of climate or
Yes.
when it comes to Iranian nuclear activities. That's why many European countries are hoping that there will be a change in terms of the White House attitude when it comes to the collective work, and when it comes to Europe. Otherwise, the outcome will be very much negative when it comes to the significance of them working together, United States and European countries. Because what will happen if Trump keeps the same track of
Yes.
foreign policies, what will happen that European countries will start to make their own passage of policies,
Yes.
regardless where United States would go. And many analysts have warned that if this happens, it means that there will be very close attitude or relation with China and Russia at the account of United States. That is, of course, one of the things that might happen if Donald Trump wins again and keeps on the same track of
Yes.
policies
Okay.
when it comes to foreign
Yeah.
policies.
So,
Yeah.
Dr. Ghazawi, concerning the American economy, what changes do we expect to occur in the economy, in the American economy, if Biden wins or if Donald Trump continues or resumes in office?
Obviously, Donald Trump economic endeavors are a real asset and addition to the American economy, especially when, during this, of course, the negative effect of coronavirus
Yes.
disease, and its negative repercussions on the American economy, and actually not only the American but the whole world economy have been badly affected by corona epidemic. But I think probably one of the most decisive issues in terms of the differences between the Trump project and Biden project when it comes to economy is about taxation, where Trump tends to make the taxes or taxation process and the middle class a little bit wider. Biden has promised to lessen these taxes.
Yes.
And to increase them for higher American with higher income, and also about healthcare plans for. We know that Trump has called off the health plan of Obama administration. Biden is, calling to or hoping to bring it back again with some differences. So I think the economy is the magic word when
Yes.
it comes to this issue between both of them.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time and for your valuable information. Dr. Ibrahim Al-Ghazawi, Professor of International Relations. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for following, and please stay tuned for more updates coming up on Nile TV International.